All right, guys, when the topic of hunting comes up, because obviously it's hunting season, but so many people talk about, I'm only going after big bucks and I'm only going after this and it's got to be 150 inches of antler or I'm not shooting it. Dude, most of those guys, if they knew what a deer with 150 inches of antler looked like, they would probably fall over of a coronary because when they see something that big. But really, like my approach to it is a little bit different. Like, of course, do I want to harvest a great big buck? Absolutely I do. That's what probably got most people that are into hunting into it. You hear a stick crack or something, you look over there and you get that, that like, holy crap moment. And that's kind of the way I look at people. You could read a million articles about how you judge a deer and, his belly swags and if his back lays down a little bit, and you try to figure out the circumference of the, you know what? No, that's not how I'm playing the game. Like if I turn my head and look and I go, and I get the mouth breather look, you know what I mean? Like that probably means to me that's a buck I'm going to harvest. It is. And the other thing is I harvest does. Usually 5 or 6 every year, and there'll probably be a bunch of people that are going to look and go, oh, he killed it. Yes. You know why? Because I like to eat them very much. My family eats them. Everybody that lives in this house eats venison. And we just like it, whether, it's backstraps we're doing on the grill or we're making spaghetti and lasagna and tacos and anything that you use ground meat for or any kind of red meat. I mean, we do it. We make roasts out of it. Like, we just eat it. So, to me, like my philosophy, and I don't. If you're a guy that goes out there and shoots the first deer and it's a spike or a 4-point, bless your heart, go for it, dude. Like, as long as it's legal in your county or your district or unit or state or whatever it is. I mean, if it's a deer that you feel like you want to take and you're going to use it, I just think people should do that. And I'm not taking anything away from trophy hunters, and I'm not taking anything away from the guy that goes out there and shoots a button buck. Like if you have a day to go hunting and that's your day and you want to just get some meat, man. I mean, it's the way it is. To me, I typically don't shoot spikes, 4 points, 6 points, unless it's a great big one. I mean, I killed a giant 4-point, so I shouldn't say I don't shoot 4 points, because I killed a giant 4-point in Maryland a couple of years ago. Now, it was a great, big, tall, wide, obviously a mature deer. But as far as that goes, like little, young, immature bucks, I don't shoot those. But I definitely will take, big bucks. And like I said, I'll definitely take does. I mean, I like eating them, and that's the way it is. And I don't think that conservation-wise, like be moderate with what you take. Like I don't think taking a couple of does off a property a year is hurting anything. And it's just my opinion, and I'm not a wildlife biologist, but I just think even with a lot of stuff in life, just things in moderation probably are okay. Don't go shoot every doe you have on a property, but if you want to harvest a couple of them for meals for all year, by all means do that. If you want to harvest a mature buck off the property, by all means do that. But don't shoot all your bucks. Don't shoot all your does. Just be moderate with what you take. That's the way I am on the properties that either I own one property and then I'm allowed to hunt on a couple other ones that are really good properties. And that's how we've always managed them. Take a few deer off of them every year. Don't take too few. Don't take too many. We basically don't shoot any young deer. So when we take does, we try to shoot, the older, bigger does and let the young ones thrive. And it really seems to work really well for us. And like I said, I got a really nice property here in Florida that I hunt. And then I've got a property in Oklahoma that I'm allowed to hunt on. And I've got a property in Illinois that I'm allowed to hunt on. And all 3 of those properties are managed just like that. Actually, and a good buddy of mine has a place up in Maryland that I usually go hunt. And it's a small piece of property, but the surrounding properties around it are all bigger properties and are managed like that. And they've got some fine deer on them. I mean, lots of deer and healthy herds. So like I said, just everything in moderation, whether you're bow hunting or whether you're rifle hunting. I like bow hunting. It's just my thing. I got into it when I was young and just have always been into bow hunting. And it's a little bit like, to me, I'm not saying that shooting a rifle is not challenging. I'm not saying getting within range of a deer with a rifle is not challenging, but it's definitely more challenging bow hunting. I mean, you got to kind of, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can harvest an animal with a bow from 50 yards. I've harvested a couple of antelope even further than that. I know Andy Morgan got a big mule deer several years ago that was at like 91 yards, just like a crazy, crazy shot, but he's crazy good at it. So, but the bow hunting thing, most of the time you want to try to be within that 20 or 30 yards, and that's just a little bit more of a challenge to be able to get inside that kind of range. But man, like I said, that's kind of my take on the whole hunting thing. And if you want to harvest some deer, they don't all have to be trophies. Go get you a couple of freezer queens and get them out and enjoy them all year, man. That's how I do it. So, hey, if you like this opinion, maybe you don't, maybe you want to throw a hammer at me, or, man, I agree with that guy 100%. Whichever, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's what keeps us out here.